they haven't been in contact with their child self since they were a child. And when you let that part of you die, that's when these people come out. You know, they're so evil and mean to people, and they just take life so fucking seriously. And you're just like, dude, fuck them bills. They're still going to be there. Who cares? Fuck the bills. The hell? You going to drink yourself to death or smoke yourself to death over some shit that you can't change at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the point? Kids don't give a flying fuck. They don't care. Right? So I'm the same way. Fuck them bills. They're going to get paid. Not today, not tomorrow. But you can't take anything with you. You see what I'm saying? You can't take none of this shit with you. So why would you want to spend your whole adult life worrying about bills, worrying about people, worrying about this and that, living your whole life with worry as you age? Because that's what we are doing. We are aging. And as we are aging ourselves faster when we are ridden with worry. So I don't worry about things anymore. I believe God got me. And a lot of people say that. They don't mean it. It just sounds nice because they go to church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I believe that God got me. And I don't place bets like that. But I really believe God got me. Even in like the darkest moments, the toughest moments, you have to always say to yourself, fuck this. God got it. If it's meant to be, it'll be. And I mean, look at Jesus, for instance, right? The man left home. I try not to worry about things I can't control. Yeah, and you can only control and fix the shit that you can. So there's no use worrying about things that you can't control. You try to fix the things that you can and the stuff that you can't. Like my mother's mentality has always been like, you have to treat your mind like it's work. 9 to 5. Every government business, every government office, every business office that has to do with fixing something in your life is open from 9 to 5. If you cannot resolve your problem or issue by 5 o'clock, why are you worrying about it at 6 o'clock? Why are you up worrying about it at 10? Those mofos is home. They're home. They're chilling. They're watching American Idol, right? You're laying in bed worrying about something that you can't fix at that moment. So I say, let's not do that. You fix your problem between the hours of 9 and 5, and then you shut down the store. You shut down the brain. And you get into stuff that you need to work on with yourself, which is your manifestation skills and your abilities, and tapping into what your talents are that should be able to feed you. Because I don't think the creator gave us all these talents just to be sitting around and doing nothing. So that's my thought on that. I'm just saying. Just saying. So let's get into these wicked observations. All right, so I'm a person that reads the news a lot. Minx Radio, which is my website, we are in the media officially. We are doing press releases and all that great shit. So I get a lot of news blotters that are sent to me. I get the news before the news hits the news, because it's almost like a DJ pool. You know, you do a new song, and you congregate, you drop the link, they all scatter like roaches. Give me, it's mine, it's mine, give me. And that's how that is. Same thing with the news. So being part of the press, I get the information before it gets picked up by these journalists and outlets. So the word of the day today, um, with these headlines, it says 5 people are presumed dead after military aircraft carrying a nuclear material crashes in California. There has been a lot of plane crashes lately. And if they're not crashing into food processing plants and other shit like that, you don't hear much about it. But this was very interesting because there's a lot of nuclear shit going on. Okay. So what I highlighted in this article was where they said it is unknown what caused the crash or what type of nuclear material was on board. Really? You see, this is where I get confused because it sounds familiar. This is sounding really familiar. And it's sounding familiar on the premise of, if you remember the monkeys that escaped, they crashed. There was some form of, this is way before the monkeypox shit. Monkeys crashed, one went missing, and then about maybe 2, 3 months later, we got monkeypox. So now you're saying that there was a plane crash, and what crashed was nuclear material in there. But here's something else that was very interesting. It says 5 people. Hold on, it's loading. Come on. Come on. Hold on, did it freeze? I think it did freeze. Yo, I fucking hate this shit, man. I really do. Come on, go back, go back, go back. Hold on. Hold on. Did we go back into that screen? Please tell me we did. Okay, we did. Cool. My shit froze. Okay, so the issue that I have with this article is the fact that one person is missing. So you have 5 people that are presumed dead, and one person is missing. This sounds like some James Bond shit to me. You know,
Bruh.
it just sounds like some James Bond shit, because how does a plane go down? Everybody dead, but one person is missing. They're just leaving that part out. And then when you think about the nuclear material, I was like, what the fuck is nuclear material? Like, what is that? What could that be consisting of? And hopefully this article will let me load this shit, because uh please let it load. Okay, it did load. Okay. So it says nuclear material refers to metals like uranium, plutonium, thorium, or in any form, any shape or form, right? That is further source material, right? Consisting of natural or depleted uranium, special fissionable material, whatever. Big words, big words. Um, why the fuck would y'all have that on board, and where were you taking it? Right? We know that this stuff is used to create nuclear missiles and things like that. So my question is, what were you guys transporting? Why did it crash? Why did this plane crash? Why is there one person missing, and how did everybody die but this one person? I mean, it just seems like a lot of these I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, because that's the last thing I want to sound like, but I had to start like digging, because some of this stuff is just very, very strange. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you have the nrc.gov that also talks about the materials that are quote unquote banned, right, for special nuclear material. And then I have a document, which is a PDF here, of page 23 of the Atomic Energy Act. All right. But here's what really got me. This is what really got me today. Iran turns off 2 UN monitoring cameras at their nuclear site. They said, yoink, you ain't got to see what's happening here. ABC News. Okay. Hold on, let it load. They be putting too much shit on these websites. That's why it slows down everything. Says Iran turns off 2 UN monitoring cameras at nuclear site. Um, and of course, they always have to mention Trump, even though he's not president anymore. Let's talk about Joe Biden. Okay. Okay, so it says, come on, would you stop freezing? It says Iran says it turned off two UN cameras monitoring its nuclear work, just as the United States and European governments were poised to rebuke Tehran over the regime's failure to cooperate with an international probe of its nuclear program. Let's go down a couple of paragraphs. Iran announced the step through state television and other media outlets, saying two cameras from the International Atomic Energy Agency have been deactivated, but did not specify which nuclear site was affected or offer further details. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not a fearmonger. I don't fear anything. I don't fear nothing, not one thing. But I honestly think, and I know that a lot of us, we can tell when there are gangs that are going through shit. They are planning something. They are planning something. Nobody was talking about nuclear anything. Nobody was talking about that shit. Not one person. And then magically, all of these countries are like flexing their nuclear muscles. Why do we need that shit? This is the thing I don't get. Maybe that's just the extraterrestrial in me, my star seed energy. Why do we need nuclear shit? I mean, because just like how they're trying to throw everybody off, more wars to come. I think we're in war now, right? I really think that we are in war now. They just didn't tell us, right? It's almost like you get invited to a house party by your friends and they know that someone is coming to shoot the place up, right? They know. They just don't know what time. They just expecting it. This is what's happening to the United States, right? United States, I do not believe that we are under the same ownership. I don't know if you guys have ever worked at a job where you came to work on Monday morning and they told you that the company was bought, right? You're under new ownership. So what's the first thing that we start saying? Oh my God, I got to start looking for another job because these mofos is going to fire me and bring their friends in, right? That's usually what happens. Correct. I feel like we as because United States is a corporation, right? USA Corp. This is not a country. We keep saying that this is a country and America. It's not a country. This is a corporation. And we really believe that the presidents that come through this bitch have any say in anything. They're just the face. They don't run anything. And if I'm a person that loves money, we owe a lot of money to people. A lot. Especially China, right? We owe a lot of money to these folks. We actually have to kiss China's ass because we nuke them. You think that they're not holding a grudge? China is like a pissed off woman, right? You know that she is going to get you back, but you just don't know when. You're just playing nice. I know I fucked up, babe, but, and she's going to hold that over your head, right? For every little thing that you do. Let's say you got caught talking to a chick on Instagram and it was innocent. Let's just say it was innocent. You didn't have no plans or intentions, but your girl, your lady is jealous. So she is never going to let you live that shit down. I'm telling you this right now. China is the same way. The only difference is that when we nuked them, we not only killed people, we also destroyed their land, right? We destroyed their land. You still have nuclear waste sites that people are still becoming sick from because somehow we felt that we needed to drop bombs on these people. And we know that Pearl Harbor and all that was the kickoff for that. But United States is problematic as fuck, right? And I'll say that as an American, we are problematic. We are problematic because we have made so many grave mistakes as a nation. And when I say we, I blame us because we left England right? We left England. We said that we did not want to be under British rule and adopted the maritime laws for this nation. And we walk around here like we own the joint. And when people wake up and smell the coffee and realize that America is now a third world country, I mean, I read comments all the time. We are portrayed like almost like a rapper, right? A rapper that don't have nothing going. They don't got no money, they don't got no press, they don't have nothing, but they have clout, right? They can do the clout thing. That's what America is. All we do is chase clout. We create problems and fix them at the same time. And we want to be painted out as the hero, even though we are the villain. We are the supervillain. And you can tell just by the way that they treat the homeless in this country. So we can't take care of ourselves. We can't feed ourselves. We ran out of fucking baby formula. We had no resolutions to fix that. Other countries had to come in and bail us out. And again, I don't really know why we are so hell bent on helping the Ukraine, because it seems like a person like myself, I go to Walgreens, you're asking me to donate $1 to these people. Um, I ain't got it. Oh, it's just would you like to donate your change? No, no, bitch, I need that. I need that for the parking meter out here. I need that. The fuck am I going to donate my last to mofos that are just going to come here and take over where I live at? Because that's what's going to happen, right? That's what's going to happen. You have all these people coming here, right? We don't have the resources for these people. I don't care what anybody says. We have to worry about ourselves. It's time for us to be independent and care about our people. But if you are a person like me that says that, oh my God, that's so selfish. Who the fuck told people that it is wrong to be selfish? Who told people that? It is not wrong to be selfish. But it's to a limit, right? Selfishness is part of survival right now. You cannot, like, we are literally trying to survive right now. People are looking at it as it's hot girl summer. Oh, it's hot, all right. That ozone layer has depleted and people are frying from the inside out. So if you're going to look at other countries and how they do shit, how do you look at those feed the children, feed the hungry commercials and not see that we are next on these commercials? Because if you look at some of these towns in the United States, it looks like a third world country. You looked at, I saw pictures in Philadelphia. I was like, that ain't Philly, bruh. That is not, no, that ain't no damn Philly. That's not in America. That has to be in Africa or something like that, right? Because they portray that Africa is so poor, dirt poor, and it's not at all. People don't even Google how that shit looks like a crypto city. Beautiful, beautiful skyscrapers. They made us believe that people are all, flies are flying all over. No, that's not that's here. That's America right now. People sleeping on the street, literally. What do you say to your child? Right. And they've been telling us, like, I'm on TikTok. They've been telling us to come home. Come home. Come. You come home to us. Come home. We have more than enough room, more than enough food, more than enough space, more than enough jobs. You can take care of yourself. Come here. You have black people leaving America to move to Mexico. To Mexico. And showcasing and showing how well that they're living. $1,700 in New York City is for a studio apartment. $1,700 in Mexico is a fucking, like, yacht and shit. It's a fucking yacht. Fucking living over there good. So this is where we are at. You got all of these countries that are talking that nuke shit, right? So let me go back. Hopefully this shit don't lag out. Let's see what. Let's go back one. Okay, cool. All right. So U.S. Okay, no, we'll go to this one. This is actually a video. Um, it says video shows Russian missile flying critically low over Ukrainian nuclear power plant. And then the other one says U.S. warns North Korea preparing nuclear tests using considering use of tactical nuclear weapon. You see, this is what I believe because Biden is clearly not fit. Clearly, he is not fit. You have this man that is not fit for presidency making decisions like this, and people hated Trump because he said dumb shit. But I tell you one thing: when it comes to Trump, I had money in my bank account for both my regular bank and crypto. We had money. Gas was not like this. We were going through a deadly pandemic, and Trump did the best he could. And instead of people saying thank you, they're like, oh, I wouldn't know. He's not my president. Okay, yeah, he's not anyone's president. He's not anyone's president. These mofos are chosen. They are not elected. They are selected. And no matter how many times you tell these, get out there and vote. Vote for what? What are we voting for? Because I voted green. Howie Hawkins, right? I love it when people come to me. They're like, oh, but I bet you're a Democrat. No, I'm not a Democrat. No, I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent. I have independent thoughts. I don't like what either party is discussing. You know what? This last election was the first time I ever voted. It was the first time I ever voted. And the only reason why I voted was because it was a bucket list thing. I was like, I've never voted before. Maybe I should see what the experience is like. And when I tell you that I felt very uncomfortable, right? It was pretty much one of the most uncomfortable moments of my life because, again, I don't like being around people, and it just felt like the energy was like fucked up. Like I sense energy. I can be anywhere and somebody could walk in and I can sense that something has changed in the room. And it just felt very deceitful. Like people were there just because they wanted to get Trump out of office, not for knowing the politics of anything. I don't like Trump because he said some racist shit. Okay. Okay. But I mean, that man, I don't think Trump is racist. I just think he says stupid shit. And people are too sensitive to accept that, right? Racist to me is that you are calling me all kinds of N words and trying to oppress me from advancing in life. If Trump was truly racist, he would have not passed these damn stimulus checks and given it to a bunch of black and Latinos. Let's just keep it a buck. I'm only saving it for my friends. My friends. No, the man was on Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Come on now. Y'all, like, people forget. People fucking forget. Like, that term racist, like, I think we lost touch of what racism is. Racism is systematic, right? It's more than just calling me the N word, it's more than just calling me a porch monkey. Okay? It's more than that. It's systematic. You're using the system to hold back a marginalized group of people. Did Trump do that? Trump didn't do that. Trump did not use the system to keep us back. But I will tell you who does. Democrats do. Because Democrats, in my opinion, It's like you can't complain about things when you're contributing to it, right? You want us to overcome things, but you won't give us shit that we ask for when you're in office, right? So you make all these promises to black people and brown people of what you're going to do. You see that's how you know they keep knocking me off the air. Hold on. Let me pause this. Yeah, this app always does that. Like I be on some shit. Hold on. Did I get back on? Come on. Okay, yeah. See, that's what they do. They be trying to really play me like Minx is not onto something because I am onto something. Yeah. So what was I saying before I got booed off? Hold on, Minx Couture. Okay, that's what they do, man. That's what they do. Oh, I was talking about Trump. Okay, let me come out of this. All right. Yeah, these folks, they really be trying to hold people back that talk about the truth like that, and that's why I've always had my own servers because this is the truth. They don't want people to know about, they don't want you to think. They have, I believe that social media has a bunch of trigger words, and trigger words for live streamers. Oh, thank you, Don. I'm gonna follow you back. Um, because I went on TikTok today and I was looking at my analytics because I'm a big analytics head. I love reading analytics and discussing analytics with potential clients. And I noticed that they said that I did not exist on TikTok for a whole day, 24 hours. And I said, that's very strange. That is weird. Because if you are shadow banned, right? A shadow ban on social media is when you keep pissing off the right people. And I've always been an outspoken person. I've always been a person that speaks up and enforces thought, because I think people should think and not be guided with their emotions, right? That's just how I am as a person. If I'm guided by spirit, and spirit is saying say this, I'm gonna say it. Like I don't care if you get my shit taken down. So these people have been censoring me like crazy. They've been censoring me. People are like, go to D Live. I'm not trying to do all of that. I'm not trying to do all of that. Like, freedom of speech is freedom of speech. And a lot of people that have freedom of speech in this country, they don't use it right. They don't use their platforms properly. If I'm famous, right, I'm not going to just use my whole page to talk about what the fuck it is I'm doing. I'm gonna be using it to talk about things that are affecting all of us as content creators and as people on this planet. But how they did Mike, you know what I'm saying? How they did Prince. Uh, yeah, and fear. That's the thing that cracks me up. Every day I get the same comment. They say protect you at all costs. Protect you at all costs. Mm, it's not me that needs the protection. It's them. It's them, because as the days go on, when people really start diving into what happened at this school shooting, I really think that that's going to be the one. I think it's going to be the one, because there is no way on this planet you are going to sit there and tell me that I cannot, or I will risk being arrested for trying to save my child. No way. No way. If my child is in danger, I am, and people don't understand that being a parent is a God given right. It is a God given right. It is not anyone else's right, but given to you through God. When you have a child and your child needs you, I don't care if you shoot me, kill me, I'm going to do everything I can to save my child. These parents, all of them that stood there and saw that these cops were not doing anything, oh, you would have caught the fucking eye jammy, bruh. I would have had to fight every one of them. You got snipers and you guys ain't doing a damn thing because you were told to stand down? Bitch, you better stand down over your grave then, because you ain't gonna stop me. But again, fear is crippling. People are afraid. What are y'all afraid of? Right. You definitely should. That's why I keep saying like I hate to be the person that sounds like a conspiracy theorist. I hate that shit. But it's like after a while you start seeing patterns. You start seeing the past consistently repeating itself. And then you have to sit back and say one day, like, something is obviously going on. Like, I know I'm not the only person that, has peeped that. Yeah. Especially if you are a parent, auntie, uncle, right? If you are all of these things, like you should be calling these mofos out. Like I would. I'm not afraid of these people, but they're going to the White House and to the House of Representatives because they want gun control. Why? Right? I mean, if you want to keep it a buck, people that want gun control are very dangerous. I fear them. And it sucks, to say that. It really does. I want gun control. Well, how the fuck did that work before? So it just makes me laugh. I'm just like, yo, you can want, like, hold on, let me turn this on. Like you can want gun control, but under, under what premise, right? So you want people to not have guns. You want only, right. Oh, what's up, action figure? How you doing? Oh, that's my homie. That's my homie. What's up, homie? Oh my god. Welcome. Welcome. Dead ass. Like, gun control is stupid, right? I mean, people like, oh, no one should have automatic weapons. Okay. So if no one should have automatic weapons, then neither should people that are in the military, because it's got to be an even playing field. It has to be an even playing field because when you really think about it, then you got a couple of people that write comments like only the military and the police should have guns. Okay, so if only the military and the police should have guns, do people not believe that their government can turn on them? Like people, like I've asked people this, like on all different platforms. I said, "You don't think the government could turn on you?" And they said, "No, that is a ridiculous thing to say." I'm like, "Well, they're spraying shit every day. They're blocking out the sun every day. They're, signing bills and shit, like the bill that Biden just signed." I'm like, "Y'all don't think that there's something wrong with the fact that, now the military, like, we're going to be seeing military police. Like, I have literally seen military police training. Yeah, I don't trust them. Like it's like this is the zombie apocalypse that we thought, right? We thought we were waiting for. We thought that there was going to be like Michael Jackson doing the Harlem Shake as, they bite your face. No, that's not what the zombie apocalypse is. The zombie apocalypse are the people that are being mentally controlled because they don't control their mind anymore. They are manipulated by frequency. So, and they're easily manipulated by frequency. People like myself, I peep that shit. I peep that shit. When I start feeling like I'm not like myself, like people will notice, I will disappear for a couple of days. And then I come back. Where were you, Minx? Oh my God, what's been going on? I'm like, look, I had to lock myself up for a couple of days, work on some music. I had to stay off of social media. And people are like, why? Like, that's ridiculous. Why didn't you just talk to me? No. Social media is dangerous. The fact that when you really think about it, you are in your home, chilling. You will not know what the fuck is going on beyond your four walls unless you read the paper, unless you connect to your phone. You're only going to know what is going on your block. That's the only thing you're going to know. But once you plug into the matrix, because this is what this is, we expose ourselves to um, this shit. And we do it, and we can't get mad. It's us because we're trying to keep up with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to keep up and let people know, like, hey, I'm down, I'm this, I'm that. This shit is draining. I literally said I'm mad at someone that I have never met in person. I'm mad. This person really got under my skin. They really pissed me off. This person does not exist in this realm. This is why I say social media is just, it's like a figment of our imagination. We're talking to people every day, we're engaging with people every day, but once you turn off your phone, you have no way of communicating with this person, not even with no fucking smoke signals. So we are inviting these people into our homes, which is why I tell people to cleanse. What's up, Banner? Um, I gotta give him a proper introduction. What's up, Banner? We are inviting people into our homes. Energy. We are inviting energy into our homes. Um, I don't know if you guys know much about mirrors, but mirrors are very dangerous. My little one told me, "Mommy, how come you don't? You keep telling me stop staring into the mirror." And I'm like, because how do you tell a 5-year old that you're staring into a window instead of a mirror? It is very creepy. We have shifted in a way where we are able to tap into certain things. And right now, anything with a screen is dangerous because it is a mirror. Our phones are mirrors, our televisions are mirrors. Everything is a mirror, everything is a window. So we're seeing the mirror of the reflection of what we think we see, and we're also looking through the window of what people want us to see. So that's why I laugh. I be looking at people, I be knowing that they struggling, and they on social media like everything is okay. But it's all about perspective. It's all about perspective. If you wake up and say it's going to rain, it's going to fucking pour. That's why it's important that you have to be careful about what you say about yourself online and who you deal with online, because everybody has only one thing that they're trying to do, which is to go viral, be famous, have internet clout, and they will do it by any means necessary. So you have to protect your energy at all times because this is where it's at. Like, I know that there's so many bots online. You can take any tweet and highlight that and then put it in search. And I can guarantee you'll find the same tweet at least 20, 30 times. I've told people this. So when you read like a comment, you're like, this shit look weird. Like, what person would say this? That's a CIA agent. He got bored. He got bored. That's the CIA agent. They got bored and they are just copy and pasting things into a server that is just tweeting out things to people. So I call them Biden bots. You're a Biden bot. We know that Biden has bots because Biden admitted that he hired a social media agency to run his presidential campaign. And if, if this man was able to become president, I want to hire them motherfuckers because I'm like, can you promote my music shit? Can you promote that? Can you get me to that? And that's why Elon Musk, which I don't believe, he that man ain't gonna buy Twitter. That man, I really want to have a dinner with him. Pause. Not like that. I just want to pick his brain. Pause. Oh, that's even worse. Oops. I just want to speak with him, have a intelligent conversation, and try to figure out what fucking crack he's smoking. Because I know he got that. You can tell that this man has that neural link on his brain. I know he has that shit. I ain't gonna be trying to fucking push something unless I've used it myself. That man got that technology in his head. And I think Kanye West was probably chilling with him. He probably showed him, look, I'm a cyborg. Kanye was like, I don't think we could chill anymore. But if you go to Mars, can I come with you? Because I don't believe that we're not going back to the moon. I'm telling y'all this shit right now. That the day, mark my words, the day that they say that they are officially going to go back to the moon, I'm going to laugh. Because how the fuck do y'all have all this technology? You guys should have been there about 50 times by now. I mean, if I could swipe my hand and pay for some shit with my watch, how the fuck you want to tell me you can't send nobody else back to the moon? But you send in all of these gadgets and robots, allegedly, which we know is bullshit. Ain't nobody been to space. Nobody has been to space. I don't care what anyone says. Nobody has been to space. And the reason why nobody has been to space is because it is just not humanly possible. That's why they blew up the ocean. They blew up the ocean. Oh, the ocean's on fire. No, y'all nuked that shit. And now you got all these animals that are being washed ashore with their whole sides ripped open and shit, trying to make it seem like it's some underwater sea creature. No, no. Y'all knew that that's how they were getting in, and y'all blew that shit up. Y'all had the ocean on fire, and now you done pissed off Roswell because they're like, you trapped us here, bro. You trapped us here. I've seen videos of spaceships coming from the water. They're not coming from the sky. They're coming from bottom up. The bottom up. So when you are coming from the bottom up, it just makes sense. You know, we didn't come from the sky. We came through our mother's water. So you're going to tell me that Roswell is coming from, ascending from the heavens and spying on us? No. Hell no. They over here growing plants and all types of vegetation and stuff like that, and they're bringing it back to their home planet because our planet is a greenhouse for them. Hell, we might even be the plants. We probably are plants. They probably walking around like, oh, they're not plumped yet. Keep giving them that McDonald's, bruh. Make it happen.
Bruh.
Give them that Wendy's. Give them that Chick-fil-A. I want them nice and fat and plumped. And they're like carving up their knives, like, shoo, shoo, shoo. They're ready. They're ready. But it's not them that's going to hurt us. It's going to be the elite. Because you know that they love that cannibalism shit. They're not going to eat us when we skinny. They're going to come after us when we're nice and plumped and they can season us really good with their, well, they don't use seasoning. They never use seasoning. But I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. So, with this nuclear shit, this all ties in together because, again, I really believe that they're going to stage some bullshit, right? China owns us. They own us. They are the people that took over the management of the United States Corp. They own us. And you can tell that they own us because it's almost like we're not going to fire them yet. Just keep them working, keep the economy going somewhat. And then you fire everybody to come in Monday morning. You're all gone. Here's your last check. You're all gone. We have our own management. There has been actual speeches from these folks out there that have they literally said out of their mouth that they will not nuke us. And here's why. They don't want to destroy the planet, number one, but they don't want to destroy the ground and the soil and all that stuff because if you notice, they are packed over there. They were wearing masks way before the pandemic because of obviously it's overcrowded in China. So they're looking over here and they're like, oh, okay. We can't nuke them. So what we're going to do is that we're just going to take them down from the inside out, if you know what I mean. Because I kept saying that COVID, they may take me down for this. COVID was bullshit. And I know, yeah, people died. I know, people died. I lost people. I lost family. I lost friends. I know that. But I kept saying to my family that y'all don't think that this is like a coordinated attack on us? Because they have been saying for years that in order for them to take us down, it would have to be biologically. They don't want to destroy the planet, so they would have to biologically take us the fuck out. So if they're doing that, and of course we know Trump, he called it what the whatever flu, kung flu, whatever that racist shit that he said. I'm putting that in quotes. COVID was some shit that they created to control the population. Yeah, well, I say this like I've been saying to my peoples. COVID, I refuse to call it that shit. I'm going to call it what the fuck they came out with. Coronavirus. That's what they came out with. They said coronavirus. When people from the beginning looked on the side of their Lysol can and said kills the coronavirus, they were like, we got to change the name. We have to change the name because we forgot that that is on the Lysol can. And coronavirus is a cluster of different viruses. Corona is crown. You put the crown on your head. Right. You put the crown on your head. Now, I say that I took microbiology, right? I wanted to be a veterinarian. I changed my mind after a dog died on me. I didn't kill it. It was just so heartbreaking to come into work and you're at your last year and a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dog was abused. And you just like, damn, like why the fuck would you abuse a puppy? A puppy. And I could not stomach. I couldn't go to sleep. My mom literally said, you ain't built for this shit. Real talk. You ain't built for it, Minx. Your heart is too big. You are not built for that. I felt like, damn, like, so you telling me that I can't work in what I love because my heart is too big? But I understood that she was trying to be like realistic. Are you gonna cry over every fucking dog that dies or every cat that dies? I said, yeah, it's a life. Some of us are not built for that. But I did take the classes. And this is why during the pandemic I wanted to like beat up a lot of people that I know personally. Because they're like, oh, so you took microbiology, so why are you a rapper? Why are you a musician? Well, when you decide that you don't want to do the profession that you studied for, you're supposed to magically just fucking wipe all of years of research papers and classes and all that stuff gets wiped too. Microbiology is microbiology. And I also took anatomy and physiology 1 and 2. I also took chemistry. So all of these components came back when you start questioning things like virus, mRNA. Right, right. Okay. So this is a virus that is a novel virus. Y'all don't know where it came from. You don't have any documents to prove that you isolated this thing. Um, you are having people take a treatment for it that does not work, has not worked. You are going to pharmacies to take a vaccination. Not even your doctor, your medical doctor is not even administering this shit. You can go to a train station, a dirty ass train station in Grand Central, and receive this life saving treatment. I, what? I was like, honey, I talked to a few of my friends. I said, you went where? Oh, I went to CVS. You went to CVS? Oh, okay. No, if you are my doctor and you are telling me that something works, I want you to look me in my fucking eyes when you do it. Look me in the eyes, right? Because it's all about liability, ladies and gentlemen. It's liability. A pharmacist gives you a vaccination, whether it's the flu shot, whether it's the COVID shot, whether it's Gardasil. You're suing CVS. You are suing Walgreens. No doctor is going to put his medical or her medical license on the line to administer something that is experimental, regardless of whatever the fuck you believe. It's still an experimental drug, and this is why they gave it to nurses and all these other people to administer it. There's no doctors that are looking you in your eye to say, "I want you to trust me." But I will definitely say, I've had words. They hate when you care about yourself. They hate when you ask questions. They hate that. And I literally told my doctor before I changed him, I said, "You took an oath. You took an oath. Your job was to educate me on what it is that you were suggesting that I take. So you can't educate me. You're telling me to trust the science. You're telling me to listen to what you are recommending, but you have no documents to show me if it's effective. You have no charts, you have no data. So I'm supposed to trust you, but y'all all make money off of people that are sick. I have never met a doctor that will sit there and say, make sure you eat your vegetables, make sure you have an alkaline diet, make sure you stay away from meat, make sure they don't say none of that. But in my opinion, if you are taking care of people, you will make more money keeping people healthy than you would be if you keep people sick. And people say, that's ridiculous, Minx. I mean, wouldn't you make more money? If you are healthy, wouldn't doctors make more money off of a checkup and just saying that you have a clean bill of health, and then the next people that get turned over is a nutritionist, and then they make money, and then you get your blood work done, so the phlebotomist makes money, then the lab technicians make money because they're testing your blood and they're telling you you're healthy, you're fine, you're great, keep doing what you're doing. um, you don't need any surgeries. Yeah, surgeons that can correct things. um, why would you want to keep people sick? I don't get it. This is why I say this is a prison planet. We are in prison. We are under control of people that claim that they want to help us, but all they are doing is experimenting on us as people. And this is why even see this it's the truth. It's the truth. They mad at the truth. They all, and y'all, anyone that wants to, y'all can go on social media and say, yo, Minx was telling the truth. And every time she started talking some truths, they started taking her shit down. They kept kicking her off the air. And if I do this on YouTube, you know they're gonna yoink the page. They're gonna take the page. They're gonna say this bitch she's a problem. She's a problem. I'm so used to it, but it's the truth, y'all. Right? They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and they know that there's people that they good night. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube as well. Um, but these are the facts, y'all. You know what I'm saying? These are the facts. They are in control. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing, and we just have to be mindful. We have to be awake, and we have to keep each other motivated to stay mad, like at these people. Stay mad at them, right? That's why I get so frustrated when people, they poke fun of everybody. Oh, you're dumb. You didn't take the vaccine. Or you're dumb because you took the vaccine. Well, it doesn't matter who took it and who didn't take it. The question is, what happens now? What happens now? What are we going to do about people that are suffering from adverse reactions? What are we going to do about people that are continuing to get sick with or without this? What is COVID 19? That's what I want to know. What is it? Because COVID is COVID, right? COVID is totally different from corona. Okay, coronavirus, COVID 19. I hear COVID 19. It sounds like a bill. It sounds like something that we are giving up our rights, our sovereignty, our right to privacy, being able to make decisions for ourselves and our families. COVID 19. I believe it's an identification. And I've been saying it for a long time that people, we were good until everyone did the ancestry shit. I think that shit's related. I think that shit is related because I literally said to my family when they was hitting me, oh, you should get the ancestry so we can see where we came from. I don't need to know where I came from. I know where I came from. We were from here. We were from here, originally here, right? So you had all these people spitting into a petri dish, sending it out to a lab, and now these labs, which you people didn't read the fine print, you don't you literally gave up your genetic data to a lab. And this genetic data is up for grabs, right? It's up for grabs. They can take your information and use it for research. And this is exactly why. What's up, Joe? How you doing, Joe? This is exactly why I said I didn't want to participate in that. We was Kangs. Okay. Oh, cool. But why would you give your data that way? Because I say, you have people finding out that, daddy wasn't, he was Nick Cannoning. You know what I'm saying? He was Nick Cannoning out here. You're finding out that mothers was Nick Cannoning out here. You finding out that your great grandmother was not your great grandmother. People are finding out that they were adopted, bruh. All for spitting into a tube and sending it off to a lab. Now, me personally, I didn't participate in that shit. I was like, but once everybody started giving up the data, their biometric data, they were spitting into a petri dish, sending out their genetic data, and then magically COVID happened. That's because people don't really pay attention to bloodlines. Bloodlines is where you originated from. And I strongly believe, as a hypothesis, I think that they were trying to find the bloodlines of people that are descendants of Christ. I really believe it. Because I'm like, there's no way possible you going to tell me Jesus lived until 33. That man was a party animal. I don't care what anyone says. I'm talking about from when I was reading in the Bible. I'm not Christian. I used to be. Long, long time ago. I'm just spiritual now. This man found a way to turn water into wine. Now you got to be a lush. You got to be a lush. You got water, Christ. You got water. So y'all are turning up, y'all partying. He's like, I got bread and I got fish, and yeah, we turning this whole event out. There's no way possible you're gonna tell me Jesus was not a party animal. I believe he was, right? Not like, belligerent. Like he just liked to turn up. And I think he liked to sippy sip. I think he did. So he turned water into wine. You're telling me that this man lived until 33 and did not mess with no chicks? I mean, you mean to tell me he did not have a wife? He did not get married. He did not do any of those things. He did not have any children. We don't know that. So that's why I said ancestry. Oh, yeah. 23andMe. Oh, yeah. Let's find the descendants of Christ and take them the fuck out. Because what's happening is, mark of the beast and all that happy shit. Um, if you are a descendant of Christ, then the awakening, right? The awakening is what they are trying to prevent, because the awakening is quote unquote Christ consciousness. And regardless of what people believe, Jesus wasn't real or Jesus was I'm like, the concept makes sense, because when Jesus was here, his whole purpose was trying to become one with God, right? Because you look at the Old Testament, it was on one vibe, and then Jesus came around and there was another vibe. The Jesus vibe, he just was like, fuck, fuck everything. I'm leaving. I'm traveling with nothing. I will starve myself for 40 days and 40 nights, and I'll meet people along the way. That's what he did. And he trusted God. And he was tempted by the devil. So at the end of the day, we are all just like Christ, right? We are all like Christ. We are Christ-like. Christ consciousness. A lot of people were seeing synchronies. They kept seeing 333. They kept seeing 222. They keep seeing numbers popping up. Same angelic numbers, 444. Jay-Z came out with 444. You see what I'm saying? You have to look at the correlation of how this all connects. A lot of us are going to go through this process. And this is why they are censoring everybody, because people are waking up. You go on TikTok every day. Hey guys, I had a thought. What if 2012 happened and we were pushed into another dimension? This is what people are saying. I'm like, I'm all for the conversations. But you're doing it on social media where we are being monitored. We are willingly giving up this information. Even now with this stream, you're willingly giving up information about what you believe. And if what you believe is incorrect, then why censor that? Because they don't censor lies, they censor the truth. So they all, this is misinformation. No, it's not misinformation. Misinformation is when I am intentionally trying to lead you off of the path of information. Now, there are people out here that do give information and it's partial, but it's your job to do research. That's why you have Google at your fingertips, or DuckDuckGo, or Bing, or whatever the fuck you use, Yandex, I don't know. But the bottom line is that you are supposed to do your own research. You're supposed to have clarity with the information that you have harvested and say, I can make a solid decision. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't do that. You have to hold their hand. You got to provide sources. You have to say, where did you hear that from? I researched it. You researched? Yeah, I research everything that I speak on. And if I'm not on expert mode after I've researched it, then we're not having a conversation, because I need to be on point. And they fear people like myself who don't watch television, who don't engage in media tactics. You know, you read a story, it tugs at your heartstrings. I'm reading where the fuck that story came from, who came up with it. I'm reading on the quote unquote victims, right? I'm doing reverse image searches. I'm like, I'm not believing everything at face value anymore. I can't even tell you how many times I've come across stories of COVID victims, and people, oh, that's so heartless. Why would you want to research a victim? Well, the victim never had a Facebook, never had a Twitter, never had an Instagram, nothing. The person is 24 years old. You're saying that they passed away because they were unvaccinated. They did not have social media. And the only picture that you have is a stock photo. I mean, I've told people go to a website called thispersondoesnotexist.com. Go to thispersondoesnotexist.com and you can hit refresh as many times as you want. And you're like, oh, that looks like a shooting victim. Oh, that looks like this kind of victim. Oh, that looks like it's all fake, right? And if I lose a loved one to COVID, I am not going to spend my hard earned money to run a press release to tell a bunch of people to take a vaccine. I'm not going to do that. And this is what they do. So if you look at the headlines from back when the vaccine first came out, right? There were victims and they, oh, my mother was a very loving woman. And as the story progresses, you start saying to yourself, like, all right, so your mother got sick, got it, went to the hospital, got tested, she got COVID. Okay. Then she went home where she suffered. Okay. Went back, told the doctor that they regretted not taking the vaccine and died. And that needed to be a press release. Like that's supposed to tug at my heartstrings because of your alleged misfortune. Now, now, I tell you, I have people that I've loved to death that has died from lung cancer, right? Lung cancer, died from smoking. That didn't stop me from smoking. I have stopped smoking because I wanted to stop smoking. It had nothing to do with someone else's misfortune. So when you guys get on social media, oh, so and so is really sick and ill. I wish you motherfuckers would just take your vaccine. I'm like, let me say something to you, bitch. Again, we're sorry. We're sorry. But I didn't get your mom sick. I didn't get her. So how do you group a bunch of people in your mother's misfortune? I'm like, well, how did your mother get sick? Well, that's besides the point. Well, did you get her sick? Did your siblings get them sick? Like what? Like how did they get sick? You're yelling at me online because of my status. I say something along the lines of not taking the shit, and you see it's just people like you, people like me. I'm like, we all need to blame someone. Y'all don't want to blame your government. You don't want to blame your government. You don't want to blame your doctors. You don't want to blame your nurses. Because I remember I was seeing nurses doing the Harlem Shake on TikTok, but then in another breath telling us that these people were crowding these hospitals. Every bed was taken. And the thing that people weren't, it wasn't clicking. When you work in a hospital, you have specific units that are designed for specific illnesses. So a COVID unit could have about 5 beds. But with the way the media reports it, the media will say the COVID unit is packed. That just means that those 5 beds that were available are taken. Hello. Hello. That doesn't mean that people are crawling out of their beds and begging for ventilators. That's not what that meant. That meant that the 5 beds that were designated for COVID patients, those were all filled, taken. So if they are all taken, then that means that the hospital for that unit is at capacity. And that's what people were not. peeping. They weren't peeping it. They weren't thinking about it. They weren't researching it. They weren't investigating it. They were just thinking based off of what they saw on television. They hear the word packed. They hear the word sold out, right? They are assuming that people are crawling out begging for help. That's not what that was. So these nurses are all twerking, doing the Harlem Shake and all this shit on TikTok. But there is a deadly pandemic and there are empty hallways for you guys to do your dance. So I said, y'all gotta wake up and smell the coffee. You have to wake up and smell the coffee. You have to separate your emotions from a lot of this stuff, from the shootings, from all this stuff. You have to see. You take the shock. Oh shit, that's crazy. You take the initial shock, and then you jump back into I got to investigate. Why did they want to capture this emotion from me? That's what you have to do. So it's important. And that's why we do the wicked observations, because you have to observe the wicked. That's all you can do is observe the wicked, because they're watching us. We're not watching them. We're watching everybody react to them, but nobody is watching them. And that's why people like myself with these types of platforms, we are on the do not stream list. Fuck your monetized platform, bitch. Fuck your platform. You ain't gonna sit there telling them truths. But that's what we do. That's what we do. But I want y'all to definitely please. I have, I think Telegram. You know it's the truth. Y'all know it's the truth. Um, so I have a Telegram channel. I have about maybe 250 people in that. I just drop information in there. I also have my forum, which is called Cryptic Kingdom. Um, what else? And of course my Twitter account. I don't play these games. I'm not afraid of these fucking people. I'm not afraid of these people. I just don't. I don't live in fear like that. I believe that God got me. So if God got me, then I'm protected, and I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want. And if they want to approach me and say, "Bitch, stop talking, and we'll give you the record deal," I'm gonna be like,
Bruh.
well, I don't take record deals. I make them. I make my own record deal. So that goes for being what is the word, shadow banned, because that's what I am. So yeah, make sure y'all follow me on all my platforms, including Spotify. I have a lot of dope music. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna be back. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to breeze up out of here. But yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll definitely be back for another stream, hopefully earlier, because I be getting on here mad late. I'm gonna try to push for 11 o'clock in the evening, and we're gonna definitely chop it up and talk more about some wicked observations that I have. And stay tuned, and just make sure you guys follow and share. And enjoy your evening. Thank you, Don Juan. I appreciate you. I will be back, and hopefully early. And I'll probably come back with some Call of Duty, because this Apex Legends shit is killing me. Good night.